months to come.
All right, let's go to the map here. Donald Trump, he won the coveted I-4 corridor with the exception of Hillsborough County, which went for Hillary Clinton. But with the outcome of this election catching a lot of folks off guard, many are asking, how did the polls get it so wrong? And can you ever trust another poll again? It's one of the big lessons of this election, and I spent the day today looking into why an entire industry built on predicting the future may now be over, at least as we know it.
The only thing real about this Real Politics poll is that it was really wrong, along with most of the other polls that had Clinton ahead of Trump. So how could the polling industry, the science of measuring the pulse of the people, be so out of touch?
Polls have never been very good at predicting turnout.
Dr. Susan McManus says the polls greatly underestimated the gap between the urban vote and the suburban vote.
And when you have unexpectedly high turnout from key groups, that isn't built into polling, and that's exactly what happened.
There are also questions of the technology that most of these polls use. They rely too much on trying to call voters on a landline when most voters in the key demographic only use a cell phone.
Many of these polls are done with too few people, with, kind of slack ways of measuring how likely somebody is going to vote.
We reached out to one of our undecided voters who watched the final debate with us at the station. He decided.
For me, with Donald Trump, it seemed like he was the more trustworthy person of the two.
To vote for Trump. What do you think the polls missed about the Trump vote?
I don't know if it's that people weren't completely being honest about their vote. They were afraid of what other people might think about them.
So can polls ever be trusted again? Well, maybe instead of polls. Next time, look at the rallies. Trump always had bigger crowds than Clinton.
Well, to be clear tonight, not all polls were wrong. In fact, one poll always got it right. The LA Times USC poll. It had Donald Trump in the lead consistently, and it correctly predicted the Trump wave, which will now go all the way to the White House.